Good morning, good evening. We'll give everybody a few minutes before we get started. So VT, hope you're doing well. Do you have any questions, VT? That's the next slide. Make sure you have your inline support. VT, I know you can a lot of these, so I'm just going to skip through these. Here's some more people. Great. Good morning, good evening, everyone. All right, we're about 3 past the hour. So I'm going to introduce myself. My name is Tyler Haynes. I'm Director of Pre-Sales Engineering here at Decisions. And I am going to be the one leading this Lunch and Learn today. So first thing I want to open up is we do actually have our pre-submitted question. But first of all, I'm going to cover a couple slides. End of life support, as you guys know, we are end of life has been included in version 6. So please work with your success team and be able to upgrade to our latest versions, take advantage of all the new release and functionality we have. And then we have our product roadmap. So our next product roadmap was it was today at about an hour ago. So every other Thursday, the next one will be on the the 16th. So please attend those. It's a great way to get from our product management team to be able to see what they're actually doing. All right, let's dive into our pre-submitted question. Give me 1 second to switch my screen to my studio here. And just let me go into my apps. Create a new folder. All right, so our pre-submitted question was from Shaw, sorry. Is it possible to input a different data type when an input requires a certain data type? Can you probably explain what you're doing?
Hi. Yes. I'm currently mapping in inputs right now to a subflow, and the one of the inputs is asking for a certain type, and now it's letting me um put in a input of a different type, and I'm not sure if that is something that is a feature uh that is possible through like some other conventions, or if that's a bug.
Well, there is, it depends on what that type is, the input type. So let's just create flow 1. Then I'm going to add a subflow in here and call it And I'm gonna go ahead and call it. Excuse me. I am on the latest, but I apologize for this. I am actually on the latest beta today for my local. Whenever you're on the beta version, you never know what's going to bug out on you. All right, let me drop this subflow, move these out of the way. Pick or create a subflow, create a new one, and call it flow 2. And what is the input on the second flow?
Uh, here. Check.
Because what can happen, a string can be manipulated a lot of different ways. So if you call this a string, and input to a string, because it's just characters really, can be different types. So if I simply have, a string and then say I input and here is a number,
Hmm.
and this could be integer or decimal, it doesn't matter. Say this is a decimal. I can technically map in a decimal because it can be a string because unformatted is just a string. It really depends on what you're mapping into it. You also can use converter flows. So we have a standard converter flows that are out there that you
Hmm.
can do to be able to convert data. So this is converting to a string value.
I see. What about if it's a defined type?
Like a complex or composite type.
Yes. So if you have a defined type of, I guess, one structure,
Yep.
and you're putting in something of a different structure, a defined type of a different structure. Is
So
that
usually
possible?
it's possible to map the sub. So let me just show you let's call this structure. And I'm gonna call this string. And I'm gonna call this decimal. Back in the flow. Actually, let's go back in the flow 2. And now on flow 2, I'm gonna add in a recent user defined. I got too many in there. So I have my structure here. I'm gonna call this my structure.
Hmm.
Now, I can't map directly to it because it doesn't allow changes in types, but you can't always build data. You can't map directly, but you can build data and be able to then map one structure to another structure.
Let's see. So can't map in.
Like I
I'm sorry,
can't,
can you repeat that one more time?
you can't map composite type to composite type,
Hmm.
but you can, take one thing from a composite type, be able to actually, build data on that next composite type and then map it in.
Okay. Okay. I think that answers my question then. Perfect. Thank you very much.
Great. I think we have a couple more questions being submitted via the chat. Let me go ahead and I'm with the chat first, and I'll get to the Q&A second. Why, when adding a page as a flow, that flow is not seeing page context like your parameter filter ID? Okay. So on that flow, this flow is going to be a flow that's going to be on a, let's see, page. Are you using this step, get page variable in that flow? So you can get a page variable, and it could be a folder ID, URL variable, cookie value. But in that flow that you have running on that page, you've got to use this step. It's called get page variable. So hopefully VT, that answers your question. It doesn't automatically pass it down. You have to use the get page variable button.
Oh, yeah, I'm using this tab, but for example, when you are not using this flow as a on a regular page, like a run flow run part,
Hmm.
but there is an option to add when you add a page to use a flow directly. So it doesn't create a dashboard, it just creates page data.
So when you create a page, you want to just run a flow from here.
No, not on the regular page. So for example, if you right click on the folder, on like any folder,
Yep,
and add page, yeah,
that's
yeah, this one. So when we run that flow using this one, that get page variable does not see those parameters.
a
It,
bug.
okay.
Create a DT or create a support ticket, and let's get it into front of dev. That
And
should be okay.
also, I did have another question on a report when you uh, have a link to run flow.
Hmm.
If your text is empty, it doesn't register the action.
Okay. I would definitely bring that to our product team to see what's causing the issue there. It shows to register the action. Okay. VT, is that all your questions, sir? Sorry, I couldn't answer them, but yeah, that's a bug. It should still get the page variable.
Yeah, that's it from me. Thank you.
All right. The next question in the chat is, can you remind me how to set up and use send refresh report by key event? Where on the report do I put the key event? So you have a report that you want to refresh based on a key event. Let's pick got some data in here. Let's pick. I don't have any data though, because this is and you want to be able to send in the key event, correct?
Mhm.
Is the key event a filter or is the key event just, hey, update this report? What does the key event accomplish?
So there's a step, so you can put a step in a flow, so
Mhm.
you're updating the state of something, you can put send refresh report by something, right? And so the by something, a lot of them have key event.
Mhm.
It's like, at least in the flow part of it, outside of the report. And then you type in the flow step, what the key event
Name is.
you're triggering off of. And I
Okay.
think I found it once, but I can't remember where I found it.
Mhm. I tend to do something a little differently when I do that. I don't put by key event. I put by ID of page or report. So let's figure this out together. So let's look at this is default data.
Tyler, I think it's on the page. So the refresh events when you
Okay.
have the report.
Report
Oh, okay,
key update, and there's your
there it
report.
is.
Yep. Thank you, VT.
Okay, so on the page, so when we put it on a page, okay.
It's on
And
the report settings on the page.
okay, okay. I knew it was somewhere. Okay,
Yep.
thanks.
Thank you, VT. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and go into our Q&A questions. So Jeff, in the repository, is there a way to see commit history as a default view for the branches of the branch summary? Or perhaps modify the page? Or stack the grids instead of side by side? Okay. So you have a repo. Let me get into my repo. Give me 1 second. Hopefully it's up and running, and it is good.
Yeah, this was just a request I had from the guys on the team because the side by side view seems to get squashed on some of their laptops.
Hmm.
So in most cases, you can change the default view or edit the report or edit the page, but
So this right here is what you're talking about, right?
yeah,
And the resources get large.
right.
So you want to be able to change this.
Yeah, so either change the default page for the folder to the commit history or be able to edit that report or page to stack those grids, but I couldn't figure out how to get to any of that.
Let me see. First of all, let me get in the studio. Don't take me there. Don't want that. I know if you get in the studio, you can edit the report right here. So you have full flexibility to edit the report. And also in the studio, let me get down to here. It's been a while since I've been doing this. Remember where this is at for
It's under, I can't remember.
repository. Because technically these are separate. To edit that, I want to, cause it's that. Where is this at? Where's this hidden at? It's images. I don't care about images. Okay, I think you have me stumped here because I don't know. In the repository, there's a way inside of decisions to go in there, be able to change base views. I don't know the repo, we exposed that. So let me see. Because inside of a normal decisions instance, you can actually go into the designer. Go into the catalog and be able to change stuff. But the repo, you don't have access to the catalog. And of course, let's just see if I can do this. Nope, it's hidden from you.
Okay.
I would bring it up to our product team to be able to see if they can be able to fix that or give you a way to do it. I can't get past this. We block this from actually being visible in the repo to be able to go in there and change those screens. So I'd ask our product team to be able to go in there. Now, just so you know, they are, working on the repo for project view. So it's something I'd bring up pretty quickly, Jeff, to our product team.
Okay.
But that's a good ask. We should be able to go there and edit We can edit everything else. Why can't we edit this standard layout?
Yeah, that's the same thing I was asking myself.
Because it's just a report. That's all this is.
Yeah.
And I technically can go edit the report. Technically, I could, change the data sources for the report. So technically, you could change it to whatever report you wanted to and save it. So you could change the report by simply going into the studio and editing the report. But I don't know a way to edit the layout.
You got time for one more?
Yeah.
So if you go to a branch folder and then click on resources,
Okay. Let me
meaning
get to a better project. Give me a second. That project's not good. Let's see this one right here. Okay. Okay. Here's got some disable rock. I drive the minutes. Okay. So I'll click on a resource.
and then so
Yep.
the right hand pane actually.
Yep.
If you make a multi-select, and then so if you click on one, there's an option to merge. At least I have an option to merge. I mean, maybe because you only have one branch, you don't see that.
Yeah. I only think I have one branch.
So I guess my question was in mine, if you multi-select and you only pick one,
Mhm.
you get the option to merge. But if you pick more than one, you can't. Oh, so now you have it. That's weird.
What version are you on?
8.12.
Okay. I am on 8.15. Could be a permissions thing inside of your repo. I'm an admin here. So I would check with your repository user, but make sure that that has access to do that. But if you're an admin, you should be able to, do both and merge the branch.
Oh, you know what, Tyler? I think I do have it.
Okay.
So maybe this is something I remember from version 7. We just upgraded to 8.
Okay.
So
Yep.
disregard.
Okay. No problem. Glad we could still figure it out.
And if you did add that feature, thanks.
Oh, I didn't. You don't want me writing any code, put it that way.
All right, thanks a lot.
Tyler,
Yes, VT.
can you search here for trunk? I think I found this page on right hand side.
Right, dashboard.
Yeah, this one.
Sweet. Oh, there you go. So search for the trunk dashboard in your search bar, Jeff. It's called trunk dashboard. And you can edit it, Jeff. Thanks, VT. You can change the report. You have full flexibility to be able to change that.
That's cool. Thanks, VT.
That's one of the things about the repository. You can always, the search bar searches everything, if it's hidden or not. As long as you have access to that folder as an admin. All right. I think I mentioned all the questions in the chat. Kia, I'm happy to answer any more questions you guys have. If not, we can call it early and everybody can actually go have their lunch and have a nice weekend.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. All right, Adrian, can we call it, sir?
Yep.
All right. Well, thank you all very much. Y'all have a great rest of your day and great weekend.